Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to this edition of Keys to the Game, Sheffield Central High School versus Wilson Central here on Bedford County Sports Talk. Bill got a homecoming game tonight.
Do you know what this is?
What is that?
This is a gold out tonight. Everybody wear your gold.
Gold out. Okay, at least it's school colors.
School colors, it's gold out.
Where'd all this blackout stuff come
I don't
from?
know.
Our colors.
We're having a gold out. It's
Okay,
not.
gold out is
told
good.
about it a while ago.
So are the players going to have all gold uniforms on?
I don't know, but I think the students are all gold.
Okay.
That's what's going to be interesting.
All right, so
And I would assume so, but I don't know that.
coming off that crazy win against Columbia,
Mhm.
you got homecoming, which is every coach's worst nightmare. But the kids, of course, they're going to have their fun and do their festivities and so forth. So what do you see as keys to the games with the Wilson Central team coming in here that needs a win?
They're 2-2.
Yeah.
They beat Rossville first game 22-4, or lost 22-14. They beat Clarksville Northwest 33-30. They beat Laverne, which is not Laverne, and terrible, 14-6, and then Green Hill just killed them last week 36-0. Now, for Shelbyville, avoid homecoming distractions, but let's not overlook anybody here.
Oh, wait,
They're a
can't.
6A school.
You can't.
They're going to be big, and you can't.
No.
We're not good enough to overlook anybody.
They do have athletes,
Yes, they do.
and we have to pay attention to them.
Right.
So offensively, I think that this game would be a great game for us to, I'm not going to say experiment, but open the playbook up just a little bit more than what we have, because we've got to work on getting a more balanced attack.
Well, I want to see us get Robert going again with the big runs and the big chunk
Right.
plays, but do not, if it's an 8-9 man box, don't just hand it to him and expect something.
Yeah.
Throw the ball, do something. We throw it well. We can throw it.
Yeah.
Get him out of the 8-man box. Then you go back and run.
I think we put some stuff on video from last week that's going to make coaches stop and look and say, well, we've got to watch that.
Right.
That one play design that was a fake to Robert and then hit William across that. The one I keep talking about.
Right.
I thought it was awesome play design, and Steven knows what to do with that play.
And Wilson's going to be big, but they're not going to be nothing of the size that Coffee County and Columbia were.
Athletically, I think we've got more speed than they do by what I've seen. Going back to last year, they didn't give us a whole lot of trouble. I think we just had more.
42-8 last year, but last year was last year, and this year's this year.
Yeah, it's a new game, and we're playing at homecoming. Which, how much of a distraction do you think that is for the players? Now,
It can be, but I think with this particular bunch of players that we have, it won't be as much.
Right.
Some teams, it's a tremendous distraction.
yeah, we've got some kids
We've
that
got
are
some
really
really
dialed
high
in.
character, dialed-in kids, and I don't see it being a distraction. But you always watching for it anyway. Because most coaches would just assume we didn't have homecoming.
So I'm thinking that if Robert can get 50 yards
Be nice.
rushing, that would be good. If Steven can get some key runs and then can open up the passing game just a little bit more, I'd like to see us pass 20 times and complete 12, 13 of them.
Oh, that'd be nice. My next question is twofold. We've got to find some depth at receiver, somebody
Right.
to catch football,
Right.
besides Robert or William and LeBron.
Right,
There's got to be somebody. We need somebody to step up. I don't know who it is,
right.
but somebody needs to step up and make 2 or 3 catches a game for us. Who's the running back behind Bailey?
Right now, it's Nate Zimmerman.
Okay, would like to see him run the ball a little bit. Would like to see some different people, and kind of hopefully we're in a position to where we can run some different people tonight and see who that person is or persons.
Yeah, we also have a senior, Dallas Levine, which has been playing some on defense, and he does punt returns.
Smart
now.
transfer,
Smyrna transfer. Quick. Got a step about him that brings a different dimension that you might try to get him in the mix. And we got some young players, and if they ever start dressing out with the full team, we might get to see them.
Eventually, I'd like to see the freshman Torian running the football at some point this year.
We might get to do
maybe
that.
more possibly, but somewhere.
The other day we saw him
in
in the locker room, and I was amazed how big this kid was.
The kid's big.
Yeah, and I was also looking through Facebook, and I saw some Harris players. They were huge.
Yeah.
The 8th graders out
They're
there.
big.
We got some stuff coming
coming
to Sheffield Central High School.
We got it coming.
That's we can build on what we have right now.
Right.
We could have a really good team. We have, I think, potentially when we play our capacity, we have the potential to go somewhere if we stay focused.
You got a really good sophomore, freshman,
Right.
8th grade class. It'll be 3 classes in a row that are really, really good.
So
But eventually, the reason I'm talking about receiver too is LeBron and William are graduating this year.
right.
I'm talking just even for next year. There's
Right.
got to be some receivers
Well,
somewhere step in here.
I think that you're going to see Jay Whitelow.
Yes, sir. I was going to mention him.
Big frame, big target, good hands, from what I hear. Also, I think you'll see
go-to guy,
Cantrell can catch the ball.
the
And Chandler Jones made the interception on defense. He is in on offense a lot. He's quicker than people think he is.
Yes, he is.
And he's got some good hands.
Right.
And he's got ball skills. So you've got them there. We just hadn't seen them yet.
Right.
Maybe we're going to start getting to see some of these.
Absolutely.
So
on defense, the keys for me is let's create some turnovers.
right.
That's one thing we've not done as much of as we did a year ago.
Now I think our defense is physical enough
Sure.
to create turnovers because we'll hit you.
Oh, and we're hitting you to strip the ball while we're at it.
Right, right. That could happen tonight.
Haven't gotten a lot of fumbles here. Haven't gotten but a couple of picks this year.
Yeah, and I'm ready for another pick six.
Oh, I'd like to see that too.
We had one good big one last week with Brody.
Oh, yeah, we did.
I think it's time for LeBron or William to grab one and take
I
it
do
to the
too.
house or Stephen. And that could happen. But
Sure.
Tonight, I see if we take care of business and we get out ahead, we might get to see some of these younger players in the second half.
Yeah, I'd like to see us find some depth somewhere, and we may have got them in the secondary.
They're there.
I think they're there too.
Yeah.
Because he's not complaining, but Stephen being out there, he's getting every snap on offense, and he's out there pretty much every snap on defense. Not to take him out, but there needs to be somebody else at times.
Right. I know last year Maddox Wright came in and he played safety some when Stephen wasn't out there, so Maddox has the experience there. And you've got
37 we were talking about.
Yes.
He's been playing some more
Yes.
linebacker,
He's
but I think he can play in the secondary.
He's
too.
quick enough to play that strong safety spot, or even probably cornerback. I mean, we've got some speed.
And again, Chandler Jones, we talked about. There's you another one.
Yeah, that's
a beautiful interception.
Oh, it was a lot of young players that don't have the experience, and when you get up on a team like we could, if we take care of business tonight, that's a perfect opportunity to get them some of that game time experience.
Yes,
and throw them out there with the starters. Don't just substitute. Just put 2 or 3 of them in and see how they do with the starters. You know, put your second and third string running back in with your first team line.
and it'll be interesting tonight to see your offensive line back because you're going to have everybody back tonight. And I think you're going to see some more holes.
Yep.
Because that was rough.
Hey, Blake being out,
that
man,
was rough.
That shuffled the deck, and it put setting that left side.
Now you're able to move
there.
Ian back to center, and Ian's a lot bigger.
Yes.
Just from a size perspective.
Right.
Plus, he's a senior, and he's the leader on the
One
offensive
thing about this, we're 3-1 after the toughest part of the schedule.
Yes.
And Ethan McBee got some playing experience in
That
2
was good for him.
games. And I looked to see him coming in and rotate.
Sure.
He could be in that rotation.
Sure.
If you need to give somebody a rest, he can go snap the ball.
Right.
Ian, maybe even relieve Ian a little bit, give him a rest. And then some of these bigger guys that might have to go to the defensive line and play, it gives you an opportunity to rest those so you can put the big guys over there if you need to.
Yep.
And we needed to against Columbia. We had to. But I'm thinking that we can win this game by
I got
a good margin.
I got at least 2 more for you.
All right. What are your other keys?
We've done a better job with penalties lately. Let's continue that where we're not just getting penalized 15 times a game, and it's gotten better.
Yeah.
And my big thing is no special teams blunders.
Yeah.
No snaps over the punter's head, no offsides on a kickoff. When we get a touchback, I'd like to see every play tonight be a touchback.
Yeah, that opens up a thought to me.
No returns.
Also, I'd like to see Ben try a long field goal.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We had a 45-yarder against Siegel, and he pulled it left. Had plenty of distance.
Plenty of leg, though.
But I don't think it was a clean snap in exchange. I would like to see him shooting that 45 to 50 range just to see his leg and give him a boost there, because if he hits that thing, it's going to give him an enormous amount of confidence.
And sometimes a special team blunder, whether it's a return or whatever, can give a team like Wilson Central and get them motivated.
Right.
Off something they shouldn't have. You don't want to give them any hope whatsoever, especially off a cheap special teams play.
One thing that I did see in Columbia that I think has ignited a fire is our defense inside of the red zone.
Much better.
We were on the edge of losing that game, and they stepped up. And that's the first time this year that they really stepped up in that red zone, because in the red zone,
I've talked about it. They're not playing the way they were playing.
Right. The intensity level is like, oh no, they're in the red zone.
And too many walk-ins. There's been too many walk-in touchdowns this year that the guy wouldn't touch.
Yeah, it's almost like a change of thought process. Oh gosh, we got to play back now. When in fact you need to get after them.
But the minute Robert Bailey came on that game on defense, it changed. One was his play, but 2 was Columbia immediately, quickly started double teaming.
Right.
Well, that left somebody else open because you chose
Right.
to double team Bailey.
Right. Yeah, had to.
Had to, because if you didn't, he was going to wreak havoc on you.
All right, Bill. Big game tonight. Anything else you got up your sleeve?
No, homecoming, and it's a gold out. Everybody wear their gold tonight. Support the Golden Eagles. It's 7 o'clock up here, Food Truck Friday. And I believe they've got a tailgate again going on
Probably
out in the
so.
parking lot about
Yeah.
6:15 or so.